Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I used my Thunder Laser Nova 24 to make a rustic Canada Day sign for my front porch. Let's jump right into today's video. Before we jump into the actual laser part of the project, I want to prepare all my wood pieces first. So I'm going to be using this white wax from Dixie Belle Paint just to paint my backer board that I'm going to be engraving on for the sign. So I love this kind of white wax. It goes on very nice, and then you can still see the wood grain through. So I really like that part. So I've just gone ahead and painted it on here with a foam brush and then rubbed it off, and then I'm going to let that fully dry. Next, I'm going to take this artist panel that I picked up from the dollar store, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Dixie Belle's No Pain Gel Stain to stain the edges of the frame. I don't have to worry about the inside part because my backer board is going to be going there, so it doesn't matter if I get the stain on there as well. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off the stain and then as well do the back just so it looks nice from the back side as well. Next, I'm also going to paint another piece of wood with this red acrylic paint. I just used a foam roller for this and just spread it all around and then let this fully dry as well. The wood that I'm using is Baltic birch. You could use MDF as well too. Then I'm going to take my first white piece that I painted, I'm going to cover it with some mask and then cut that off. This is going to protect my paint job as the laser is engraving. So I'm going to cut that off there, and then we're going to go ahead here and smooth it out with a burnishing tool just to make sure there's no air bubbles. Okay everyone, so here I am in Lightburn, and what I've done here is I've just done up a little design here using some different fonts and texts. But what I'm going to show you how to do here is to create an offset around the Canada, because I want to do like kind of like a border and a 3D effect, but I want two different colors. So what I've done here is just using my select tool, I'm going to click on Canada. And then we're going to go over here on the left-hand side menu to this offset button. This is the offset. So we click that, and then this little box pops up, and you can even see here it's already offset our words. But I don't want it to be that thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the direction outward, but I'm just going to bring it down a bit till I get the offset that I want. Now, that's just a little bit too thick, I think. I want these to be more of a layered thing. But you can see when I try to go up one, it connects them. So I'm just going to actually hit cancel here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to space these letters out a little bit more. So I'm going to make the vertical space just a little bit bigger here. And see if we can't get the offset a little thicker without actually having them connect. So let's click the offset again. There we go. See, now when I go like this, we have a thicker offset, but the letters aren't touching. So I like that size. I think that looks good. And we're going to click OK. All right, so now that we have this part of our design done, I'm just going to go over to Google, and I found this simple maple leaf Canada design. I'm just going to right click on it, and I'm going to copy the image. Oh, sorry. Copy image. We're going to go back over to Lightburn, and we're going to paste it in. And then I'm just going to trace my image here. And then it's going to get rid of the actual image and just leave me with the outline. I'm going to shrink it down here, and I want to put this down here right about here. But I do want this to be a cut. So we're going to go down here to my save settings, and we're going to change it into a cut. Now I'm going to select the whole thing here. I just want to make that a little bit bigger. Sorry, yeah. Let's select everything here, and we're going to put it to the right size that we want to make our sign. I think that's a nice good size there. And then I'm just going to move it over. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually do this all as an engrave first. And we want to do a deep engrave so that we can actually set the letters into the engrave. So I'm going to change the settings here. We're going to do this a little bit slower. So we're going to take the speed down to about 200. And we're going to put the power up to, or no, let's make it 300 and keep the power at 50. Actually, yeah, let's take it back to 200. We'll try that. And I'm going to up the power to 75. Okay, and then this is going to cut out. So let's just go up here to our preview and see how this is going to look. Perfect. But what we actually can do for right now is we can actually get rid of the inside. We don't need to actually engrave that because we just need to engrave the offset. There you go. I'm just going to delete that for now. Okay, so let's send this over to our laser and let's get cutting. So I'm going to put my first piece in the laser here. This is the white painted piece with the mask on it. I have these little sticks that I just use. They're just off-cut pieces. And I use them and I push them into the honeycomb just to hold my piece of wood down. I'm going to set my origin here and then push the frame button just to make sure that it's all lined up properly and to make sure that the design is going to engrave where I want it. And like I mentioned, we're going to be doing a deep engrave here. My settings may be a little bit off. I'm sure they're, I could have tested some better settings because I was getting a lot of smoke, and you'll see when it comes out of the laser I did get a lot of burn on my wood. So I'm going to do some experimenting with these settings, but as well, if you have any recommendations for settings for deep engrave, please put them in the comments below, because as you see here, you see the smoke going back and forth. But I will say I did get a nice deep engrave, and that is what I was after. So I have these nice deep pockets where I'm going to be putting the letters in. So you can see the laser here is doing its thing, and then when it's done, I just take it out of the laser, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut out the remaining pieces. So I'm going to go ahead now and do the letters that are going to go on top and in the engrave. So I have some white letters, the Canada ones that are going to be going down vertically, and then I also have the red pieces for the True North, Strong and Free. So we're just going to let the laser finish cutting here, and then once it's all done, we are going to be able to put this sign together. So here's my first piece, the backer board, and you can see all the burn here that I was talking about, but I'm going to show you a little hack that I have to get rid of this. So don't panic if you do this and think, oh, I got to start all over again. This is a little bit better than sanding as well, because I don't want to sand off all my paint. So I just used some cleaning vinegar and a stiff bristled Javix brush. I sprayed the cleaning vinegar on, and then I scrubbed the scrub brush around. This removes all the laser burn. And then I just rinse it off and then give it a good dry, and then let the wood fully dry through. And this is just one little neat hack. And then as well, if there's still a little faint yellowing, I just go over it again with the white wax that I had before. And I don't need to worry about if it fills in the engrave at all, because I'm going to be putting the letters in there. So here are our letters that we cut out. We have the white Canada, and as well we have all the red pieces that are going to go next to it. So I'm going to go ahead and begin here just placing the pieces in before I add any glue. And I do this because I just want to check the fit, make sure everything goes in okay before adding the glue, because once you add the glue, you're kind of stuck with it. But everything fits perfectly here, and then once I have it all together, I'm just going to go ahead and add my glue. So I'm going to be using Gorilla Glue. I have two different types here. I have a brush nozzle, and then I have the fine tip nozzle, and I'm just going to go ahead and begin by placing all the glue into the engrave, and then adding my pieces in one by one. The reason why I love doing the deep engraves is I get these nice big pockets to put all my letters, and I can work really fast because I don't have to finagle and eyeing up where the pieces go, making sure they're straight. And as well, I like these caverns to hold the glue so that I know it's not going to be messy and I'm not going to get glue all over the backer as well. It just sits in the cavern. I can push the pieces in and everything goes together so nicely. Now my white Canada pieces, I don't have deep caverns for those because they're just going to go on top of these red cutout pieces, but I wanted this neat 3D effect, so I just eyeballed these ones up and it was super easy to do, just to line them up inside of the red parts. Then I let this sign set for a good 2 to 3 hours just to make sure the glue was really set. And then I took my artist panel that I previously stained, added a little bit of glue to the back, not very much because this fits in here nice and snug, pushed it in, and then this is my completed sign. And I took it outside and hung it on my porch, and here it is. You can see it, the finished look, just in time for Canada Day to add that little bit of patriotic flair to my front porch. And this was made so easy with my Thunder Laser. So I hope you all enjoyed this really great tutorial. I hope it helped you with your laser projects or gave you some idea and inspiration. And we will see you on another video. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be a follower here and see any future videos that I have planned. And again, hit the little bell if you want to be notified of any future videos. Till next time.